Yeah.
Oh, here again, I keep forgetting that there may be viewers who don't even know what we're talking about with Jeremiah 8:8, and they may have come in late and don't even know what the discussion is. So I just want to read the verse so people understand why you would bring this up. So this is from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 8, verse 8, ladies and gentlemen. How can you say we are wise and the law of the Lord is with us? But behold, the lying pen of the scribes has made it into a lie. So the people are saying the law of the Lord is with us, and it says, behold, the lying pen of the scribes has made it into a lie. So go ahead and give us your understanding of that, and then we'll let Sam respond.
My understanding is that the Bible or the Torah was so corrupt during Jeremiah's time that they just weren't getting it right. Mm-hmm. They were corrupting. They were adding falsities into it and things like that. So even Judeo-Christian commentators agree with this, So I mean, I read the Bible, right? I mean, I'm willing to leave Islam and become a Christian if someone can prove that the Bible is historically accurate. There's no falsities in there. There's no corruption in there. Jesus was was resurrected. I'm willing to leave Islam and say Prophet Muhammad is a false prophet if any Christian can prove that the Bible is authoritative, Jesus was resurrected, but that hasn't happened, right? I've been challenging Christians for years, and no one's come up with some. So, but these aren't my interpretations. These are Judeo-Christian scholars saying these things. So I'm not. This isn't my subjective reasoning. This is their reasoning too. So that's just my 2 cents on there. And Adam Clark too, who's a Protestant commentator on the Quran and things like that. So these are their thoughts, which
All right. So, Sam, do you agree? Do you agree that Jeremiah 8:8 is referring to the textual corruption of the Torah? And if so, how does that affect our confidence that we might have in the Torah?
Okay. Now, he said Adam Clark. Again, I will challenge him. Don't quote Adam Clark out of context. He's expositing Jeremiah 8:8, and yes, he's going to tell you that there were a specific group of people that tampered with the Torah. But that's the same Adam Clark that gave a commentary on the entire Bible, and he was a devout Christian who believed in inspiration, preservation of the Bible, and he knows what others after Jeremiah said about the Torah. So please, again, out of respect, don't selectively cite scholars and take snippets out of their commentaries, ignore the context, and then come to conclusions other than the conclusions they made. How do I know that Jeremiah 8:8?
In my debate or discussion or whatever you want to call it, I had with David Wood and Sam Shamoun, I brought up Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 8. So let's read Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 8 real quickly, and I'll get into why I'm bringing it up. Okay, so I'm reading from this Bible. The Bible I always use, the Archaeological Study Bible, New International Version. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 8 says this: How can you say we are wise, for we have the law of the Lord, when actually the lying pen of the scribes has handled it falsely? So in the footnote of this Bible, it says, this is the earliest mention of scribes as a recognizable group. They were apparently organized on the basis of families. See 2 Chronicles chapter 34, verse 13, etc., etc. So basically, this Bible is admitting that there were scribes. There were scribes who were writing the law, or the Torah. Law means the Torah. So basically, what this is implying, what Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 8 is implying, is that there were people writing the Torah or the law, but they handled it falsely. In other words, now pay attention to what Jeremiah 8:8 says right here. It says, when actually the lying pen of the scribes, that means the dishonest people who are writing the copies of the law or the Torah, has handled it falsely. That means that they added falsities into it. They added corruption into it. They added fictions and their own their own subjective interpretations into the copies of the Torah or the copies of the law. Now, in my discussion, as you saw in the clip, I mentioned the Bible in Living English, and I mentioned Adam Clarke's commentary on the Bible. Who is Adam Clarke? You might be saying. Adam Clarke was a Protestant. He was a Protestant scholar on the. He was a Protestant scholar on the Bible. Basically, he was a British. He was a British Methodist theologian, and he was also a biblical scholar. So this is not some anti-supernatural liberal scholar. Basically, he wrote an entire commentary on the Bible. He wrote. I think it took him like 40 years to complete this commentary. So he went through the entire Bible, from the Old Testament to the New Testament, and he wrote a commentary on the Bible. So you see, when people use Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 8, whether they're Muslims, atheists, critics of the Bible, yada yada yada, they should cite commentary too. They shouldn't just cite that verse and ignore what the Judeo-Christian scholars say. The Judeo-Christian scholars who wrote commentaries on the Bible are agreeing that Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 8 is talking about biblical corruption. Now, now Sam Shamoun says I misquoted Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 8, or I took him out of context. I didn't misquote him, and I didn't take him out of context. I'm going to leave what Adam Clarke said about Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 8. You're going to see it in the slides. You're going to see it on the screen. What Adam Clarke said about Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 8. Basically, Adam Clarke is admitting that Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 8 is talking about biblical corruption. It's talking about the corruption of the Torah, of the 5 books of Moses. So there's no way out here. Even Judeo-Christian scholars, not anti-supernatural liberals, are admitting that Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 8 is talking about biblical corruption.